Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana has called on the Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafuboni, to immediately shut down the Kwame Danso District Court in the Sine West District of the Bunu East region following a violent mob attack that disrupted proceedings and freed suspects on Wednesday, December 10, 2025. In a statement issued on Thursday, JUSAG said the safety of staff and court users can no longer be guaranteed at the facility, urging that the court remain closed until adequate security measures are put in place. According to the association, the attack occurred around 8 a.m. while the court was in session. The group allegedly stormed the courtroom, wielding harmful objects, disrupted proceedings, dispersed staff and litigants, and forcibly released the accused persons. Now, for more on this, we're joined in studio by the General Secretary of the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, Abdullahi Yakubu. Many thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Right. Let's get your general impression about what happened at the courts earlier this morning.
So what happened was actually on the 10th of this month. It was a sad moment for justice delivery in the country. It is something that ought not to happen in this modern day called Ghana. And it is regrettable that we have had to pass through such a situation. In our line of work, you could see a gentleman running for his life and somebody trying to grab him just to stop him. And his offense, according to the person, is just that he finds himself in the administration of justice, and people have been remanded in bail. That is just the offense that they did, and it's actually regrettable.
Based on what you've gathered so far, what led to the mob attack?
So the accused persons in the case are from a community called Lassi near Kwame Danso. The complainants in that criminal case are also, if like Fulani herdsmen, in another community, Jansi Bato. They live there, and the accused persons in this case a month ago, from the information we gathered based on the facts attached to the charges of the case, a month ago went and attacked that community, burnt down 13 thatch houses belonging to the Fulani herdsmen there, and destroyed other properties, assaulted persons, and also made away with some of the properties. They were arrested and brought to court. So 3 of them were charged, but 2 were apprehended and the other person was at large. So when they were brought to court, the Lassi community massed up at the police station. If you check there, the video that was taken where the gentleman was running, the one who took the video was at the police station, and where he was running to the police station because he felt that could be safe. So whilst the case was ongoing, I think the feeling of those people were that no, these are people who should not go through the justice process. So they first massed up at the police station. Whilst at the police station, they picked intelligence that the 2 of their members who were standing trial had been remanded, as the prosecution had prayed, so that they could continue investigation and steps to get other persons who had attacked the community sometime in a month ago. So when they heard that their people had been remanded, they then moved from the police station and got into the courtroom. And if you see there, they came in their numbers, and people who were not part of their group had to run for safety. In fact, when I spoke with the registrar of the court, some other court staff, including the magistrate also, the situation was so bad that the magistrate had to run to her chambers and lock herself up. The other staff had to do same. And when they got there, they used concrete blocks to break the door so that they could have access to the magistrate as well as the staff who were there doing their duty. So everybody had to run at any available route that was there, or you go to an office and lock yourself up. They took control over the entire Kwame Danso police station, so the police also lost control over the matter. From the information we gathered, even the 2 accused persons who were remanded still had handcuffs on their hands, and they were taken to the station office, and he was ordered to ensure that the handcuffs were unlocked so that they could be released to go, and he had to comply because they were overpowered. So the reinforcement from Atibubu was what brought calm to the situation. But when the police from Atibubu came and then restored calm, the staff all had to find a place. They cannot be in Kwame Danso now because they know them by faces, right. And for their safety, they cannot be living in Kwame Danso now. So when the information got to us earlier today, we did follow up to confirm some of the stories that we had heard, and it's so regrettable. So we had to ask the staff to stay off work for their personal safety. And we also ask that His Lordship, the Chief Justice, our father, should ensure that the court be closed down immediately until steps are put in place to ensure that the staff are safe, then they can report to work.
Let's talk about security at the courts. Given your understanding of how security at the courts work, is it surprising that they were able to overpower the security?
For me, I will say it should be surprising, because the police too, when you are dealing with the case, I always say that the judge sitting on the case is not privy to the intelligence you have around the community and several other facts concerning this case. From our information, the police station itself has been attacked 3 times by these same people.
Right.
So when you are bringing a case like that, it should tell you that if your police station has ever been attacked, it should tell you that you should not have the normal security at the police. You shouldn't have just the police, the court warrant officer there. It should tell you that at least get some people to be there as a standby team, so that if something will happen, they can intervene to salvage the situation. So I thought that the police could have picked a better intelligence and then put adequate measures in place to ensure that this did not happen.
You mentioned that your staff are traumatized. Do you have any timelines from which you expect to hear from the Chief Justice as well as the police, who I'm sure are conducting investigations?
We trust so much in our father as the Chief Justice, our father, and I'm sure that tomorrow we are hoping and expecting that His Lordship, the Chief Justice, will close down the Kwame Danso Court. The information I picked before coming here also is that the Kwame Danso police station has been closed down.
Wow.
So if the police, who are supposed to protect the community and protect the courts to work, have decided to close down, perhaps for their own safety, then the court, which doesn't have physical security to protect themselves, has no business working.
Right. Going forward, what measures do you think should be put in place to tighten security at the courts?
So this issue of having just one security person at a court, 1 or 2 at the courthouses, should be something that we should relook at, and also revise our protocols to ensure that people are screened before they enter courtroom. Of course, we have the devices at the court complex and the Supreme Court to ensure that people go through certain protocol. By then, if the regional administrators and the registrars assess their court, and the police also realize that some courts are prone to certain kind of attack, then similar security checks could be instituted at the courts to ensure that people are screened before they enter court. And then also police prosecuting criminal cases and sensitive matters that touch on community and its citizens should also try to up their intelligence, so that when depending on what case is being brought to court, you can decide to have an enhanced security based on the cases that are coming.
Mr. Yakubu, I'm very grateful for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.